Today on UI7 Newsbreak, the presidential race is warming up as we head into summer.
Also, learn about changes happening to Champaign bus routes.
We'll tell you how the weather is affecting planting for farmers.
And more on the changes Lovie Smith is making for next year's football team. Your UI7 Newsbreak starts right now.
From the Richmond Journalism Teaching Studio at the University of Illinois campus, this is your UI7 Newsbreak, your U of I news source.
Hello, welcome to UI7 Newsbreak. I'm Corey Drake.
And I'm Lauren Hicks. Things are heating up in the presidential election. The GOP competition has narrowed down its competitors as Ted Cruz steps out from the 2016 race.
Trump led Cruz by 16 points, winning with 53% of the votes to Cruz's 37% of the votes. Trump has the support of white men in Indiana, with over half of Indiana Republican primary voters supporting him. Bernie also left Indiana, leading frontrunner Hillary Clinton by 6 points, and with a 52% to 48% win. Indiana is also a primarily white state, which only helps Sanders because Clinton has been dominating non-white voters in other states.
We continue our coverage of U of I sophomore Lindsey Johnson as she appeared in court yesterday. Johnson's case is being extended so prosecutors can look at her McKinley health records. 20-year-old Johnson is being accused of suffocating her newborn baby in the Bousfield Hall dorm bathroom in mid-March. She's being charged with first-degree murder, child endangerment, and concealment of a homicidal death. John's hearing has been moved back to June 2nd.
Following the court appearance of U of I sophomore Lindsey Johnson, one local couple hopes to broaden education about child abandonment. UI7 Newsbreak Steffie Drucker shares how one law saved their daughter and can help save even more lives.
Adopted. Just like me.
Aiden Jane Miller Nicholson is in the 3rd grade in Champaign for now, but her family will soon be relocating to Boston.
I'm excited and a little sad and a little, it varies every day.
Aiden Jane is no stranger to mixed feelings. She says she's felt the same way when thinking about whether she ever hopes to meet her birth mom.
I like my family now, but I really sometimes feel anxious to meet her.
Aiden Jane is one of more than 130 Illinois infants saved by the Safe Haven Law. This legislation allows young women to anonymously relinquish their child at a hospital, police, or fire station, so long as the child is unharmed and less than 30 days old. Aiden Jane's adoptive mother, Leslie Miller Nicholson, said she cried when she heard about the situation that unfolded in Bousfield Hall in March. She and wife Lori hope that getting more information out about the Safe Haven Law will help prevent future tragedies. UIPD spokesman Patrick Wade said he supports safe haven legislation, but that there were other factors that caused Johnson's case to result in criminal charges.
It's hard to make assumptions. It's a great law. I know a lot of lives have been saved by this law, but I caution against making that kind of direct correlation between these two cases.
Miller Nicholson said the stars truly aligned to bring together their family because she and her wife were on the top of their agency's list after a previous adoption fell through, and their agency happened to be next in line with social services.
And so who'd have thunk that we were in the right place at the right time, and believe me, Aiden Jane has changed our lives in ways we could never have imagined when we thought about adopting.
Aiden Jane is excited to make new friends in Boston, but there's one thing she'll definitely miss.
My house that I absolutely love. I love it.
In Champaign, Steffi Drucker, UI7 Newsbreak.
In other news, after the ongoing strike, classes resumed back to normal as the Non-Tenure Faculty Coalition and the University of Illinois came to an agreement on Sunday. Now, the administration waits to see if the agreement will be welcomed. After many campus strikes, a meeting was held on Sunday between the university and the NTFC. They agreed to give specialized teachers a 5-year contract. Chancellor Barbara Wilson sent an email to students, faculty, and staff following their meeting saying, "With this milestone agreement, the university and the Non-Tenure Faculty Coalition look forward to building a productive, long-term relationship in the future." The union voted on Sunday whether to keep striking. They will also vote to ratify the contract later this week.
This is
With the new contract, the NTFC says there is more hope. The instructors say they finally feel like they got the respect that they deserved after months of disagreement. Last week, the NTFC protested for several days, leaving their halls and classrooms empty. They fought for academic freedom protections, evaluations, and shared governance. Some students showed their support by joining their teachers in the strike. The non-tenure professors teach approximately 40% of all undergraduate classes on the UIUC campus. Vice President of the union says, "I would rather be in the classroom, but I will not stop fighting for my contract." After the long hours of being in chilly weather and fighting for fairness, the NTFC says it was all worth it and they would not change a thing. The university continues to make decisions on the issues that are presented to them.
While teachers held up painted signs on the quad, students expressed their voice in a different way. A controversial symbol was painted throughout the campus over the weekend. Police were alerted late last week to swastikas drawn on various campus buildings. Facilities and services showed up to Lincoln Hall, Gregory Hall, and the Armory last Friday to clear the symbols from walls and windows. Interim Chancellor Barbara Wilson sent out a mass mail describing the incident and encouraging everyone on campus to be welcoming and supportive of each other. Also this year, the campus has seen anonymous Facebook posts threatening African American students and chalkings targeting Latino and Latina students. UIPD spokesperson Patrick Wade says that they are currently reviewing security footage.
In other news, Champaign welcomes its first ever medical marijuana dispensary. Some members of the community are in favor. According to their website, Phoenix Botanical offers everything from edibles to traditional cannabis flower. Medical marijuana can be used to treat a wide range of medical conditions. Some members of the community are in favor of the health benefits associated with the plant.
I think medicinal marijuana has its benefits. I think it's very good for the community and anybody around that, have a prescription.
It's been a gloomy few days in Champaign-Urbana, but it looks like there may be some sunshine later this week.
Let's check in with this UI7 Newsbreak's Jenny Horne to look at the Fastcast for today.
Thanks, Lauren. This morning started with some sun, but as we head into the early afternoon, some clouds and possible rain is headed in. Now let's look at our Fastcast. It's looking like there will be some heavy clouds with sunshine peeking through on this reading day eve. We are seeing cooler temperatures at 57 degrees, but really feeling like 50 degrees. There is also a chance of rain during the early afternoon. Tonight, it's going to get a little chilly with the temperature declining to 42 degrees. Keep your jackets near because it's going to feel like 37 with the northwest winds at 7 miles per hour.
Coming up here, what's happening on campus with updated bus routes and a future university mascot.
Also, it's the last day of classes for students and seniors are looking towards graduation.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it. While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed all that. Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that brand? Colleges love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together.
Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
So, I just moved in with this family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that. That's disgusting. Oh, poop already. You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
A new bus route project called MCORE is set to start this fall. UI7's Amelia Mugavero shares how this may affect commuters.
It is definitely going to come a surprise to many, and it's surprising me too.
Drivers, bikers, and pedestrians will be very surprised to find Green Street and other areas undergoing construction when school starts in the fall. Clarence Walker III is a substitute teacher and relies on Green Street buses to get to work every morning.
I'm at a different school every day, so I take different buses every day.
Walker and the entire city will soon have their commutes impacted by the Multimodal Corridor Enhancement Project known as MCORE. MTD just announced that construction is set to start this September as an effort to improve transportation access. The first phase of construction is set to happen on this stretch of Green Street right in front of the Union. Ideally, they would do construction over the summer to minimize inconveniences, but now they have to start while U of I is in session to meet the requirements by their federal grant. The project will have large impacts on traffic, including detours and street closures. However, MTD Managing Director Carlson says that it will be worth it once it's over.
It's going to be great for the community when we do, but right now we just have to start and then just go, go, go.
For now, Walker says that he just needs to have patience and wake up a little earlier to make up time.
Which I really don't want to do personally, but you know, in life is like that. But keeping us aware of what's going on and just our options.
The Green Street phase of the project is expected to be completed by fall of 2017.
Okay. See you later.
I'm Amelia Mugavero, UI7 Newsbreak.
The university recently announced that they will be searching for a new mascot, but you will find that there is a mixture of feelings about this decision. The university sent an email Monday to students and faculty saying that they will work with the Student Senate to select the mascot. A committee of 10 to 12 people will be appointed to spearhead the process. We asked people on the quad what they think this mascot should be.
If I were to suggest one, I would say probably a squirrel, because we see a lot of those. So
I haven't really thought about it. Not a squirrel. A fighting squirrel. It's just not a very intimidating mascot.
A stormtrooper. I think that'd be great.
More changes are happening for students. UI7 Newsbreaks. Cassie Carlson shares how seniors are preparing for life after college.
Some seniors may be wanting to stay and live the college life forever. Others are eager to move on and start their career.
Ready to be done?
Graduating senior Corey Gibson has spent his past 4 years studying chemical engineering. He says he is burnt out on all of the work he's put in.
It's been a long 4 years. I'm a chemical engineer and it's just been incredibly stressful the entire time.
Associate Dean of the School of Labor and Employment Relations, Nell Madigan, says the 4 years of hard work doesn't go unappreciated by employers.
University of Illinois students are known for sort of having the humble Midwestern values, for really being willing to roll up their sleeves and work hard and to learn as much as they can when they're in the workplace.
While the seniors may have finals to prepare for, they're also preparing for graduation in about a week, and they're remembering the good times that they had with their friends here at the University of Illinois.
After a pretty good night of out with the friends, where we were just walking back to campus and ended up meeting some people who were over by the alumni fountain, and we all just swam in it that night for no reason. So it was pretty spontaneous, fun thing.
Gibson is going from jumping in fountains to now looking to buy a house in a city he's never been to.
It's nerve-wracking to take that new step in my life, but exciting at the same time.
In Champaign-Urbana, Cassie Carlson, UI7 Newsbreak.
We'll be right back right after the break.
Your daughter just had her first breakup. Do you A, put yourself in her shoes? B, console her?
Don't worry, sweetie. This is gonna happen a lot.
Or C, find her a new boyfriend?
Nice single boys. was weird.
As a parent, there are no perfect answers. But you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Thousands of teens in foster care will love you just the same.
This is the story of a boy who is very sensitive to lights and sounds. So he built secret hiding places where nothing could get in. The boy didn't like looking people in the eye. It made him feel uncomfortable. One day, he found out he had something called autism. His family got him help. And slowly, he learned how to live with it better.
Early intervention can make a lifetime of difference. Learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Start a story. Adopt at theshelterpetproject.org.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
We have breaking news. Ohio Governor John Kasich is suspending his campaign for the President of the United States. He has canceled a press conference in Virginia and plans to make a statement from Columbus, Ohio. He had plans to speak to reporters at Dulles Airport, but his campaign says he is no longer going there.
The 8th annual Illinois Marathon was held Saturday in Champaign-Urbana. Even in the rain, these runners did not let the weather affect their positive attitudes while participating. On Saturday morning, there was not a dry runner in sight. The relentless rain spring temperatures kept spectators and participants wet and chilly. Runners had the option to run the 5K, 10K, half marathon, or the full marathon. All the courses went through the streets of Champaign-Urbana and finished at Memorial Stadium. The stands were full of supporters despite the wet conditions. This upcoming weekend is promising much warmer and sunnier weather with slimmer chances of rain.
Runners made it through the rain, and so are local farmers. This year's rain has allowed farmers to be in the field early, and according to local experts, should continue to hold off for spring planting. According to the April 24th Corn Progress Report from the U.S. Department of Agriculture, 57% of central Illinois corn has been planted. Talking with local farmers this week, some think that number has jumped close to 90% for corn in the Champaign area. This is no surprise the past 3 weeks with great conditions. Weather has warmed up to get in the field, but has also stayed wet enough to get an early start for the plants, which is key for the early growth.
So, this growth about the plants, have you ever even had a garden? I feel like
we had a garden when I was growing up, so
I feel like you know more about it if you actually took like the initiative to actually make your own plants, because it's kind of a weird understanding.
Yeah, there's a lot to learn. So how about the weather? I feel like it's picking up, so that's good.
Yeah.
Hopefully it gets hotter soon, because it is.
Definitely, especially that we're leaving for the summer. But now let's check in with Jenny Horne for this week's newscast.
Waking up, we finally got to see the sun peeking through those clouds. It's my birthday, so this might have been in my honor. It's not as warm as I would hope today, but it's sunshine, so I'll take it. The local temperatures are pretty much all the same. You see some high 50s, low 60s. Now, if you're in Springfield today, it's going to be very pleasant. It's going to be around 63 degrees, so for this time of year, that's pretty nice. Looking at the Midwest temperatures, you're also seeing some similarities, pretty much high 50s, low 60s, except if you're in Kansas City, you're going to be seeing 68 degrees today, so it's time to get outside if you're in Kansas City. The national temperatures are a bit more scattered. In Boston and New York, up in the north, you're going to see 53 and 55, which is pretty brisk for this time of year. However, if you're in Phoenix on the west coast, you're going to be seeing temperatures at 99 degrees today. So maybe a bit too hot for my liking, but it'll be nice and warm over there. Tonight, it's going to be 42 degrees, but you might need a coat because it's actually going to feel like 37 degrees with 7-mile-per-hour wind. So it's going to be pretty chilly. Now tomorrow, You're going to see 66 degrees for Cinco de Mayo. It's going to be partially sunny, so if you're celebrating this holiday, it's going to be a nice day to do so. The 5-day forecast, you can see Friday is going to be the best day of the week with pure sun and 76 degrees. Now, if you're celebrating Mother's Day weekend, it's going to be warm, but maybe not the best conditions. You're going to see scattered thunderstorms on Saturday with 77 degrees, and Sunday you're going to see a lot of clouds with 73 degrees. Now, Monday, it's going to be those same pleasant temperatures, but you're going to see some scattered thorns. I know we're all ready for some spring weather. It hasn't been very warm, but hopefully things are looking up in the near future.
Definitely.
Thanks, Jenny, for the weather update.
Joining us now in the studio is Zach Prelutsky with UI7 Sports.
Thanks, guys. When we come back from the break, hear about the Illini that got drafted into the NFL this past week, and the new rules Lovie Smith is bringing to Champaign.
So they say it's a man's world? I don't see anybody's name on it.
While they were doing their thing, we slowly changed our world.
Today, women can do anything men can do. And there's one thing we're even better at.
Morning, Gary. We are GetSchooled.com. You want a college education, don't you? You know you do. Yeah, but I don't know where to start. That's why we're here. We're free, handsome, I think we're breathtaking, and here to guide you through every step of the way, starting with attendance. Gary, financial aid forms. Biology homework, G. I got this. Is that Bran? Colleges love extracurricular activities. Chess really isn't my thing. I got this. Doesn't matter. Go ahead. Picking a college, man. You and us go together like tacos and Tuesday.
And I love tacos.
Fire and ice.
Those don't really go together. Go to GetSchooled.com for more info.
The NFL Draft was held in Chicago this past weekend, and after the dust settled, 6 Fighting Illini football players are moving on to the next level. The first Illini off the board was Jihad Ward, who was taken by the Oakland Raiders with the 44th overall pick. Ward was the first Illini drafted to the NFL since 2013. Ted Karras was also drafted in the 6th round by the New England Patriots. Karras is the 5th member of his family to make it to the NFL. Finally, Clayton Fedulum was the last Illini taken in the draft this year, as he was grabbed in the 7th and final round by the Cincinnati Bengals. 3 other members of the Illini team went undrafted, but did sign on to NFL teams. Defensive back Vangelo Bentley joins Ted Karras in New England. Wide receiver Geronimo Allison signed a free agent contract with the Green Bay Packers, and running back Josh Ferguson signed on with the Indianapolis Colts. More changes are happening for the Illini football team. UI7 Newsbreak's Elise Kozal has information on the new rule for players.
The Fighting Illini football team will no longer be zipping around campus after this school year. Lovie Smith has brought lots of excitement to campus, and now he's bringing new rules too.
Illinois athletes can often be seen riding their scooters around campus. In an effort to decrease risk of injury, head football coach Lovie Smith is banning his players from riding scooters starting next month.
At first, he said just get helmets. He wasn't going to ban scooters. Then he saw someone riding their scooter home from McDonald's going like 35 miles an hour down the street and changed his mind.
Illinois is only one of 3 states, along with Iowa and New Hampshire, that does not have helmet laws.
I will say I've seen a lot of people driving scooters incorrectly or unsafely. Sometimes they are overloaded. Sometimes it's a scooter that is made for one person and there's 2, sometimes 3 people on it. People failing to wear safety glasses and that kind of thing. I've seen infractions with them.
So, if you are looking to buy a scooter, you might want to get into contact with an Illini football player, seeing as there are about 40 of them who won't be needing their scooters come June 2nd.
Coach believes we should all get bicycles, so I think ride a bike to class and just drive over to practice and stuff in my car. So
Coach Smith's words were that he wouldn't feel like a great leader of young men allowing his players to get injured on a scooter after all of their hard work. In Champaign, Elise Kozal, UI7 Newsbreak.
The Fighting Illini softball team took on the visiting Iowa Hawkeyes in the last home series of the season. Not the best weekend weather-wise, but still fans had a great time at Eichelberger Field. The Fighting Illini swept the Hawkeyes this past weekend, ending with a dominating 8-0 victory in only 5 innings. Allie Buck started the scoring for the Fighting Illini with the leadoff home run to spark a 6-run first inning. Jade Vekvanog scattered 2 hits over 5 innings while striking out 2 Hawkeyes. The Illini improved their record over the weekend to 31-19, while the Iowa Hawkeyes fell to 13-35 overall. The Illini finished with Indiana State tonight at 5 p.m. and then travel to Penn State this weekend before heading to the Big Ten tournament. As softball raised awareness for cancer, Illini Powerlifting has dedicated their meet to raising awareness about muscular dystrophy. Powerlifters came out Sunday to compete for a cause. Powerlifters gathered in a celebration of brute strength. Men and women of all ages came to flex their muscles for the sake of those who can't flex their own. Illini Powerlifting dedicated their meet to muscular dystrophy awareness. Muscular dystrophy is a debilitating group of diseases that weaken the musculoskeletal system and reduces the ability to walk and move normally. Illini Powerlifting team has teamed up with the Illinois Neurological Institute to double the money raised at the meet. Aside from lifting for a cause, many participants find powerlifting just plain empowering, and also a big win for my St. Louis Blues last night in the Stanley Cup playoffs. That will do it for US7 Newsbreak Sports. Back to you guys.
Thanks, Zach. Champaign got a taste of summer with food and drinks at the Fluid Event Center for its annual Beer and Bourbon and Bacon Festival this past Saturday. Food was served and drinks were poured for attendees looking to try something new. Over 75 bourbons, scotches, and whiskeys covered the entire warehouse at the Fluid Event Center. The second annual festival drew attendees from the Champaign-Urbana community and the surrounding areas. Tickets were sold and traded for drink samples. Consumers walked from booth to booth and talked to the vendors, learning more about the drinks they had to offer. Food and spirit vendors took the initiative to educate consumers and introduce local and international products to them. From bourbon to bacon, there were many options for everyone to indulge in. So are you guys a big fan of barbecue?
Absolutely. Who isn't? How about you guys?
I am. I want to try that place on campus, though. What is it called? The barbecue place? It's like
Black Dog?
Black Dog, yeah.
It's one of, I think, the best barbecue places in the whole state of Illinois, so we should all go sometime.
Well, it's your 21st birthday, Jenny, so maybe you'd be more interested in that
She
beer and
might
bourbon
sell-
part
just-
of that festival.
I could do the barbecue. Would be perfect, I think, for a good birthday celebration. So.
Yeah, definitely.
There's going to be a lot of barbecues this summer.
Especially 4th of July.
Especially leaving.
Yeah, I think ribs are the best kind of barbecue. How about you guys?
Definitely ribs. I hate pulled pork. Just not a fan
You're not a
of the
fan of pulled
concept.
pork.
Yep.
There's like, you know, like meat in general.
I understand that. Yeah, I mean, nothing wrong with.
If you cook it well, it's going to taste good. So.
Exactly.
We're just thinking about like barbecue sauce. Does the barbecue sauce have to be good for you to enjoy it?
Well, I'm from St. Louis, so you know we got some of the
we
got some of
can't
that
trust you
high
down
quality barbecue and whatnot. I don't know what you guys have in the
No.
Chicagoland area, but
Much better food in the Chicagoland area.
Definitely.
okay.
Yeah, I'm kind of bummed I didn't get to go to the Float Event Center. I didn't even know what was going on.
I had
And
no
try
idea
all
I
the-
think it was
about
only
that.
the second time they said they've done it,
Second time?
so
Yeah,
maybe
they should
next
keep-
year we'll have to go as a group.
Yeah,
check
they
it
should
out.
keep doing that. I think that's a great thing to make annual, and I love all the events that have food. So especially with summer coming up, there's just summer food is the best kind of food. I feel like
Exactly.
with corn being in season,
And it's watermelon season.
Yeah.
So get pumped.
Plus, I
Yeah.
have to leave here and go on something new.
Yeah, we should all get some food. So.
All right, well, that wraps up today's edition of UI7 News. Thanks for joining us.
And have a great summer. See you next year.
But it's feeling just like every other morning before. Now I wonder what my life is gonna mean if it's gone. The cars are moving like a half a mile an hour, and I started staring at the passengers and waving goodbye. Can you tell me what was ever really special about